Some would say that I may look at the title of a song and wear clothing that's appropriate. And some would be right. Let's go to move on to the Stranglers. We're moving on in black and white. We're moving on to the next track here, which is Outside Tokyo. And I'm just noticing that it's only 2 minutes long. So let's take Outside Tokyo and let it also go into the next track, which is Mean to Me, which actually I'm just looking and it's actually not included on my Spotify track list. Hold on. I guess that was an original cassette release only. So we have Outside Tokyo and then Sweden? No, Hey, Rise of Robots? The track listing, it's what I got here is different from what I got here. Hold on. What do we want to do? See, you would think I would look up this stuff first and then I don't. I just I look at the next track and then I go Outside and then Hey, Rise of Tokyo. Okay, let's do this because I'm going to try and follow this. Let's listen to Outside Tokyo and then Hey, Rise of Robots. I got to try and keep this is going to mess me up next time I come to record the next song. Let's do those two and we'll go from there. All right, Outside Tokyo. Here we go, guys.
Tokyo invented time. Someone in a factory invented time. If people wanted proof to carry on, they'd like to buy one.
I like the way he's singing in this track.
50 million watches with a strap to sell. 50 million watches with a strap to sell. If people wanted proof to carry on, they'd like to buy one. Should ever sell out, that would be the end of, be the end of, be the end of time.
What a cool track. I love how they have slowed everything down. Burnell's bass line. Just like so low and growly. And then take that deep, dark depth of contrast and move onto Greenfield. And he plays almost this carnival-like theme before he splits off and gives us a little bit of a solo, a little bit of a lead. It is just this cool dynamic. And then the guitar, it keeps on playing this motif that is kind of urban, but also dusty. This is, to me, walking down an empty street in a city at nighttime and there's no one around and you're like, there should be someone around, but there's no one around. It's a cold night in the city. What a cool track. And the way that he's singing here, it's almost passionless, almost numbing. He's just kind of throwing it out there and just rising and falling with this laziness, but also it just works with the track. That is so cool. Stranglers are cool. Somewhere outside Tokyo invented time. Someone in a factory invented time. If people wanted proof to carry on, they'd like to buy one. 50 million watches with a strap to sell. If people wanted proof to carry on, they'd like to buy one. If they should ever sell out, that would be the end of time. Be the end of time. Okay, I'm sure there's a deeper thing here, but people buy watches to keep track of time, and if watches were out of stock and sold out, then time would be no longer existent. Time would cease to exist. Because time is time. Okay, I like it. Let's just leave it at that. Let's move on into the next track, which, because I have different track listings here, it's going to be. Let me try this again. It's going to be Hey, Rise of the Robots. That's what we're doing. That's what we're listening to now. If I have to go back and listen to something, I will. But I'm for my own sanity, we'll do it this way. All right, here we go. Sax just going off. We go from cool, calm, collected, and moody into I love the band. Okay, so obviously this is crazily energetic, and I feel like, forgive me, I feel like this is kind of like a certain type of music that they're going after here. Like, to me, like, not exactly, don't take exactly what I'm saying and like take it, but borrow it for a second. It's kind of like a ska energy. It's not the genre, but like it has that same kind of energy to it. And if I'm listening to the bass and kind of Greenfield, as I'm assuming they're talking about automation in a factory, it does kind of have a little bit of that industrial rust to it. It does kind of carry that a little bit, I think, in here, which I think is cool because they managed to keep that while still throwing in their just packed abundance of kinetic energy as they're throwing that out here. I like the gang chants in lieu with the singing. I like how rough around the edges it is, but the saxophone is a nice addition. So on here you're gonna have Laura Logic. That is a cool name. Is that her real name, Laura Logic? Founding member of X-Ray Specs. Oh, okay. Her real name is Susan Whitby. Laura Logic is kind of goated though. That's a cool name. So curious as to how she became involved here with the Stranglers, but that is really cool. And actually, because I pulled up her Wikipedia page, and I usually scan through just to see if there's anything like immediate of interest that like I can throw a fact out to you or I can learn a fact. And I do see that when she was 13, she asked her parents to buy a saxophone after hearing it on several David Bowie records. Hey, there you go. Let me know what you guys. Oh, I didn't even do the lyrics. Hey, 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 what do you say? Get out of their way. Get out of their way. They're going to want a union soon. Oil break. That's dead at noon. So I'm assuming this is talking about, like I said, automation, machines kind of taking over jobs and robots taking jobs. And soon the machines, the robots are going to want a union. And soon they're going to want an oil break at noon. Get out of the way. You won't have to grease their palms. Shorter hours, longer arms. I like that line, you won't have to grease their palms. Like, you won't have to pay them, like, grease their palms, like, with cash. But, yes, you will also, in a sense, have to grease their palms. Rise, just watch them rise. The rise of the robots. For Saturn, there's a fly. For Saturn, Series F. I don't know what that is. So, in clicking it, it says that it was an industrial robot used in the 60s by companies such as Ford Motors. So, there you go. Hey, get out the way. They're good workers. They don't get bored. They don't get mad at bosses. Yet. Well, when they do get mad at bosses, you got a Skynet situation just brewing on your hands. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the tracks. You can let me know in the comments below. You can follow me over on Twitter, with the channel Patreon. Thank you so much for being here. Come back tomorrow. I know why I spat that out. Come back tomorrow. I will talk to you all later, guys. Bye.